You got that boy Luffy. Karlil got excited. I'm weak.
I'm about to piss some niggas off.
I swear to God, I'm ready for this one.
My man is at 50. I love Luffy. Luffy's definitely, he's that guy. But when it comes down to thinking, Luffy is the epitome of you have a plan to get punched in the face. He took
Yeah.
that to heart and just ran in. He's not thinking. He's not hearing no plans. He's saying, oh, he took your land. He took your food. He's swinging. That's all he needs. That's it.
He's like, swing this way, swing that way, let him charge a little bit, and then swing.
Or spin the punch, whatever it needs to be. He gonna find different ways to punch you. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it connects or not. He gonna make it connect.
This nigga Luffy said, "You trying to go fight some niggas?" All right, let's go fight some niggas. They don't care who the niggas is.
Don't matter.
That's shit. They just let's go fight some niggas.
But like I give him the 50 primarily goes off of like how creative he got with his devil fruit. How everybody was like, oh, you just rubber, that's dumb. How he made rubber feel as if you are fighting iron is immaculate. To go from gear 1 to gear 2 to go to gear 3, gear 4, it's like he found ways to be creative and also still be impactful. It wasn't until like he met Kaido where we really was like, damn, he might really be an emperor because that's the only person that can combat with him. But other than that, he was matching people punch for punch, skill for skill, and he was either beating them by a landslide or just barely beating them. That barely beating them was Kaido and Katakuri.
Malik's being nice. I gave this nigga 25%, bro.
Yeah, chill out.
I gave this nigga 25%, and he gets the 25% for everything that Malik said. Yes, he uses ability in creative ways. When he started tapping into the gears, I mean, Bamba, you know this. My favorite fight from One Piece is the first fight between Luffy and Rob Lucci. That to me is a top 10 fight in anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit, but when he first used Gear 2, I said, what the fuck is this? This nigga pumping his ankles up. But yeah, no, it's negative everything else because that's the only nigga I know that has gotten stuck in between two walls trying to get to a fight twice. It's a no for me, dog. 25%. I can't even go 50.
I was gonna come into it giving this nigga a 4, but hey, I'm gonna up the score a little bit because you know he did have little moments that I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this nigga a 13. Because the one thing I agree with this, and it's rare that I come on this podcast and agree with this nigga Karlil.
13 is crazy.
This nigga go into fights like, you know what? Let me see how many times I can get punched. Nigga, what? He don't sit down with Zoro or Sanji like, hey, we finna go do this. And we gonna do it like this. But if he do this, I need y'all to do this. No, he gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna go over here and see what I can do. Help me when I need it. Cool. Planning. Then, as Karlil said, he goes over there, gets the brakes beat off him. Help me. What Kevin Hart say? Help me. Nigga, like, he has too many dumb moments for him to even make it to the 20s for me.
Just because John's at a 13, I'm decreasing mine to a 13. Fuck Luffy.
My dog.
But the craziest thing is, I'm starting this segment thinking I'm about to be the craziest or the harshest critic, and I hear 50. I went 25, 13. This nigga said 4 at one point, and I'm sitting over here with my 75 thinking, oh, yeah, I'm big and bad.
You was crazy.
75 is way too high.
Hear my argument,
way
though.
too much credit.
The thing is, I get everything that you're saying, and that's why I'm like, no, I'm a harsh critic because I'm taking all of that and then, knocking 25 off of it. I feel like in the world of One Piece, the battle IQ is necessarily what the most that you can make with what you have. And for him is that devil fruit. And it takes that type of IQ to make the most out of it. Because it's a very cartoonish power. And I feel like for him to even go to Gear 2, develop something like a Red Hawk, like let it be imagination or whatnot, but it takes his mind to eventually be able to enable those powers. Bounce Man, Snake Man, how to adapt to fight. Like those transformations are so goofy, but within the fight that he is in, he's matching, and it takes that IQ to figure it out. It doesn't ain't none of us gonna fight Cracker and think, okay, let me eat his Cracker soldiers, and then use it like to turn my body into a belly. Or okay, I'm big and fast right now. I need to be faster. I cannot necessarily move faster, but maybe because of my stretching power, I can start throwing my hands in more ways to confuse this nigga's hockey and land the punch eventually. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he understands his wall, but that's also his imagination and his IQ that allows him to, push past it with those actual crazy shit. That's why I was like, well, he does that, but at the end of the day, he also gets saved a lot or should have died a lot too. He's still alive. 75.
I still never understood how this nigga figured out if he bite his arm and blow, that nigga gonna gain power. Like, that shit is not, I don't think it's imagination. I think some shits are just accidents.
No, but that's literally what we were saying. Because at first it's not imagination, but literally you think I'm rubber, right? Because the imagination, I'm not talking about imagination as in the power, but imagination in the sense that, okay, I'm a rubber man. I'm made of rubber. Well, what can I do with this rubber power? I already know I can stretch my body. Like, if you shoot me, that bullet is going to stretch me. Maybe being able to stretch, well, I can inflate this hand. And being able to inflate it, well, now I can whoop your ass. And then, well, now I learned hockey. How can I mix that hockey with my inflated hand to where I can do damage because I don't have the strength to do the damage that's necessary? Luffy punching Onigashima is not breaking Onigashima, but him throwing his hand in the air after he's inflated and then bringing it down and then hiding the Red Hawk and the hockey, that's different. That's all from him just thinking of that. That's what I'm saying in imagination.
Excellent.